The traditional Christmas treats of Campania are many, and I could talk about them for hours. But the time is tight, I don't want to steal the scene from the Mostaccioli of Naples, the recipe of today. Do you know them? Weigh the ingredients, cause we are starting immediately. Let's take care of the dough right away. I prefer working all the ingredients in this bowl. Flour, then sugar, and ground almonds. The ground almonds give the perfect texture to the biscuits in my opinion. Or if you prefer, you could use almond flour that will give a much finer texture to the biscuit. Alternatively, hand-chop almonds, which will give a much more rustic texture. Sieve in the bowl inside unsweetened cocoa powder, then pisto and ammonia. The pisto is a mix of typical Neapolitan spices to make special traditional sweets. Cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg are just some of the spices that are used to create this compound that give it an unmistakable scent. The pisto can be bought both in stores and online. If you can't find it, don't worry, because on the recipe card you'll find how to make it at home. Shall we also spend a few words about ammonia? First of all, it is baking ammonia. It is a leavener and gives special fragrance to biscuits. And finally, orange zest. And now we mix everything. And now I pour the water little by little while I start stirring it with the other hand. Mind, do not pour it all together because it may not be needed. And now that it is firm, I'll transfer it to the working table. Here, the dough is ready. I place it on a sheet of baking paper and let it rest in the fridge for about an hour. Try not to go beyond this time because it would absorb too much humidity. In ancient times, the dough was worked on an oiled surface, but I chose to do it between two sheets of baking paper instead. Right now I'm rolling the rested dough to a layer of 7–8 millimeters. And now we cut out of the biscuits. With this dough cutter, which is diamond-shaped and is 7 centimeters for each side, as I prepare them, I place them on this baking tray lined with baking paper, distancing them from each other because they will tend to grow while cooking. If you can't find this cutter here, it's not a problem, you can always cut it by hand. The important thing is to get a diamond shape. The name Mostacciolo, goes without saying, comes from mosto, must, which is obtained after low-temperature cooking of the grape juice which is extracted from grapes. Over time, however, this custom of using the must has been lost and has been replaced by water and pisto that give the same flavor and aroma. The first batch is ready. Bake at 180 degrees in static mode for about 18 minutes, so it will have a perfect consistency. But if you prefer really jaw-breaking biscuits, then bring it up to 20–22 minutes. On the contrary, for softer biscuits, 13–15 minutes. And finally, the best time this recipe has come, pouring melted chocolate on my biscuits. I hold them by a corner and I go and wet them with chocolate. I let it run down a little bit, and then I place it on a drainer and cover this corner too, don't forget it. Once the surface has dried, I'll cover the base, but my advice is to let them dry at room temperature in a cool place, because good things need a lot of patience. Here, my Mostaccioli are ready. They are children's favorite treat, and in fact my own. And now for a perfect Christmas in Neapolitan style near the Nativity. Only struffoli, rococo, susamielli, pasta del Divino Amore are missing. In short, the bare necessities. Did this recipe make you hungry? Cook it yourself and let me know.